Hello everyone, this is Srichandan Venkat, who is going to take your physics classes. And in this session, we are going to discuss the problems on moving charges and magnetism. So let's get started. A voltmeter of 250 millivolts, a voltmeter of 250 millivolt, range having a resistance of 10 ohms, range having a resistance of 10 volt, it's 10 ohm, is converted into ammeter, of 250 milliamperes range. Full stop. The value of necessary shunt is nearly the value of necessary shunt is nearly, first option 2 ohm, second option 0.1 ohm, third option 1 ohm, and the fourth option is 10 ohm. So let's understand the question first. So a voltmeter, let's change the color. A voltmeter of voltage he has given, resistance he has given, current he has given. So whenever it is so if you want to protect the ammeter in shunt series, so shunt value is equal to G by n minus 1. This is one of the important formulae we'll be using in most of the cases. And number n is equal to I by Ig. So Ig means galvanometer current. So I he has given as 250 milliampere. Ig you need to find. So Ig is equal to V by G, V by R. Basically the resistance of galvanometer is G. So you know that Vg is equal to 250 millivolts by galvanometer resistance is 10. So it will give you the value of 25 milliampere. So we have got Ig. I is equal to how much? I is 250 milliamperes. So we can find n. So let's start it. I by Ig, it is equal to 250 by 25, it is equal to 10. So n is equal to 10. So S is equal to G by n minus 1, it is equal to 10 by 10 minus 1, it is equal to 10 by 9. So this value will be 25 milliampere. So S value is 25 milliampere. Sorry, I am checking here 25. It's not 25. Let's find it. 10 by 9, right? So 10 by 9 is 0 point, or it will be 1.1, right? 1.1 ampere. Sorry, I have checked here as 25 I have written. So the condition is 1.1 ampere. So it's approximately equal to 1. So the answer is 1, right? I hope it is clear. Let's go to the next question. The next question is a circular loop, a square loop are formed from two wires of same length and cross section, from two wires of same length and cross section, full stop. Same current is passing through them is passing through them, full stop. Then the ratio of their dipole moments is, then the ratio of their dipole moment is, first option it is 4, second option 2 by pi, third option 2, and the fourth option is 4 by pi. So I hope it is clear. So let's get started. So if you check the condition, see a circular loop and a square loop, circular and square loop are given, form two wires of same length, so length is same, so they are having same length, cross section also same, current is passed, the ratio of the dipole moment. So basically circular wire is equal to 4 times its perimeter. I am equating their perimeter, right, because they have same length, because circle, even though it opens, the perimeter will not change, right? So pi r is equal to 2 times of L, that's for sure, we have got it. One is circle, one is a square, sorry, one is square and another one is circle. So 2 pi r for circle and 4 times of nth, or 4 times of its side will give the perimeter of a square, right? So let's get started. So we got pi r is equal to 2 times of L, but you need to find moment, circle m circle by m square is equal to I pi r square by I L square, right? So it is equal to pi r by L whole square. So if we substitute the value of r in this, or else pi by r by L from this first condition, r by L is equal to 2 by pi, right? So we will substitute this in this equation, that is equal to pi into 2 by pi whole square. So that will give you 4 by pi get cancelled, so 4 by pi is the final answer, right? So 4 by pi is the final answer. So if you are confused over here, moment, dipole moment, because he is saying dipole moment is equal to NIA is the formula, where N is equal to 1 and I is current and A is area. So I is current. So current I have given, I current and area is pi r square. I current and area of square is length square or A square, right? So that is the question you might be having doubt. I hope it is clear. So let's get started for the next question. The next question is, a galvanometer of resistance, a galvanometer of resistance 99 ohms requires 5 milliampere current for full scale deflection, full stop. It can be converted into an ammeter of range ammeter of range 0.5 amperes by connecting a shunt resistance of, first option 1 ohm, second option 2 ohm, third option 4 ohm. The fourth option 3 ohm. So basically a galvanometer is connected with a resistance of 99 ohm and 5 milliamps current, full deflection. So if you check, just now we have done a problem, previous problem, one or two previous problems. So S is equal to G by n minus 1. And I already told you this is the main formula, or most of the time we'll use this formula whenever we have a galvanometer of shunt, right? And n also we have seen I by Ig. Here we can write it as G. You know the value of G, that is 99 by n is I is 0.5 by 5 milliamperes. So 5 into 10 to the power of minus 3 minus 1. So this is what S. So if you simplify, it will be 1 ohm. So 1 ohm is the final option. So I hope it is clear. So let's go for the next question. The next question is two concentric coils of 10 turns each are placed in the same plane, the radii are 20 centimeters and 40 centimeters. And 40 centimeters, and carry 0.2 amps and 0.3 amps current respectively in opposite direction. The magnetic induction in Tesla at their center is, first option 5 by 4 mu naught, second option 3 by 4 mu naught, and the third option 9 by 4 mu naught, and the fourth option 7 by 4 mu naught. So let's see the question. Two concentric coils 10 turns each are placed in the same plane. So up to now whatever we have discussed, everything is same, but radius are different and current passing through them is different, and they are having an opposite direction. So find the magnetic induction at the center. So basically the magnetic induction due to the circular coil will be B is equal to mu naught N I by 2 times of R. But as a current are passing in the opposite direction, the net magnetic field will become B1 minus B2. Why? Because the second one will be in the opposite direction. So we can write it as mu naught N I1 by R1 minus mu naught N I2 by R2. Why? Current and radiuses are different, but whereas number of turns will be same. So we can write this as mu naught N by I1 by R1 minus I2 by R2, right? I hope it is clear. So then we can write it as, so mu naught, you don't know the value, the number of turns is mu naught by 10 into 0.2 by 20 centimeters, 0.3 by 40 centimeters, right? So from the denominator you have 10 to the power of minus 2 common. Why? Because this is in centimeters, we are converting it into meters. So it will be 0.2 by 20 minus 0.3 by 40. right? So this will give you the value of mu naught by 4 into 10 to the power of minus 5. So this will give you the value of 10 by 4, that is equal to 5 by 2 times of mu naught. So 5 by 2 times of mu naught is the final option. 5 by 2 times of mu naught. So it seems like we don't have any option. So we don't have any option, but 5 by 2 is the correct option. So 5 by 2 mu naught is the correct option, right? I hope it is clear. So let's go for the next question. Next question is, two long straight parallel conductors, two long straight parallel conductors, two long straight parallel conductors 10 centimeters apart, carrying currents of magnitude 3 amps in the same direction, then the magnetic induction at a point midway between them is, then the magnetic induction at a point midway between them is, first option 2 into 10 to the power of minus 5 Tesla, second option 3 into 10 to the power of minus 5 Tesla, third option 0, fourth option 4 into 10 to the power of minus 5 Tesla, right? So let us understand the question. Two long straight parallel conductors, so these are parallel conductors 10 centimeters apart, the distance between them is 10 centimeters, carrying current of 3 amp. So what is the current passing through? The first one 3 amps, and then second also it is 3 amps, same direction. The magnetic induction in the point midway between them is, so as they are equal and opposite, B1 and B2 are equal and opposites, so what happens, one's magnetic field will be upwards, one the magnetic field, because as I told you in the previous class to use the Fleming's rule, left hand rule. So what happens, they will travel in opposite direction with 5 centimeters apart, 5 centimeters. So what happens, B will become, at center B will become 0, because he is asking midway, so option is 0. So I hope it is clear. Why? Because B1 and B2 are equal and opposite to each other, and opposite. I hope it is clear. So let's get started with another question. So the next question is, in a crossed field, the magnetic field induction is 2.0 Tesla. An electric field intensity is is 20 into 10 to the power of 3 volt per meter, full stop. At which velocity the electron will travel in a straight line without the effect of electric and magnetic fields, without the effect of electric and magnetic field. So first option is 20 by 1.6 into 10 to the power of 3 meter per second. Second option 10 into 10 to the power of 3 meter per second. And the third one is 20 into 10 to the power of 3 meter per second. And the fourth option is 40 into 10 to the power of 3 meter per second. So I hope it is clear. A cross field, the magnetic field induction 2 Tesla, electric field intensity E is equal to 20 into 10 to the power of, at velocity of electron. So we need to find velocity of electron in a straight line without affecting electric and magnetic. So basic formula, you know the relation, V is equal to E by B, right? So what is E? 20 into 10 cube by B is equal to 2. So what is the value? 10 into 10 to the power of 3. 2 ones are 2 tens are into meter per second. So let's check 10 into 10 to the power of 3 meter per second is the correct option, right? So I hope it is clear. So let's get started with the another question. So the range of one of voltmeter of 10 volt and its internal resistance is 50 ohms, full stop. To convert it to a voltmeter, of range 15 volts, full stop, how much resistance is to be added? How much resistance is to be added, full stop. First one, add 25 ohms resistor in parallel. Second one, add 25 ohm resistor in series. Third one, add 125 ohms resistor in parallel. And fourth one, add 125 ohms resistor in series. So a range of voltmeter 10 volts, basically let's change the different color. So 10 volt, internal resistance is 50. To convert a voltmeter to range of 15 volts, how much resistance need to be added? So let's write the formula. R is equal to G into I by Ig minus 1, right? And you already knew that R is equal to G to I is equal to V by Ig capital G minus 1. You know that G, gallon, is 50 ohms and voltage is 15 volts and 10 volts is the voltmeter, right? So we can write it as G by V by Vg minus 1. It is equal to 50 into 15 by 10. V is equal to IR. In the place of R we have G minus 1. So if you simplify it, it will be 50 into 5 by 10. So that is 25 ohm resistance, right? So here we have 25 ohms, right? So we have two options, first or two, in parallel or series. So please understand, in voltmeter conversion to volt, a range of voltmeter to internal, it is always in the condition of series. So 25 ohms series. So make sure it is series, because to make it safety we'll always add it to the series, right? So I hope it is clear. Let's get back to the another question. The next question is, a current of 1 ampere is flowing along the sides of a equilateral triangle of side 4.5 into 10 to the power of minus 2 meter, full stop. The magnetic field at the centroid of a triangle, the magnetic field at the centroid of a triangle is mu naught is equal to 4 pi into 10 to the power of minus 7 Henry per meter. And the first option is 4 into 10 to the power of minus 5 Tesla. Second option is 2 into 10 to the power of minus 5 Tesla. And the third option is 4 into 10 to the power of minus 4 Tesla. And the fourth option is 2 into 10 to the power of minus 4 Tesla. So I hope it is clear. So let's understand the question before we get back to the solution. A current of ampere 1 amps. So it has equilateral triangle, he said, of side is this much. The magnetic field at center of the triangle you need to find. So as it is a equilateral triangle, so please don't worry about that shape. This is at the center. If you cut it as it is a equilateral triangle, this is 60 degrees and this is also 60 degrees, right? So height, let us take the height as d distance, right? So what would be the height if I amount of current is passing through the side, each and every side of a equilateral triangle? What would be the height? And you know that centroid will be, for a equilateral triangle, centroid will be located by h by 3 distance and base by 3 distance, right? So it is equal to, and the component will become, this is equal to I component, and along this side this is opposite, right? So it will become I sin theta, because opposite condition is I sin theta. So it is equal to d is equal to I sin theta is equal to 60 into 1 by 3. So it will become 1 by 2 root 3 or I by 2 root 3. So d you have got it, right? So if you know the current, you can substitute. So it is obviously I is equal to 1. So 1 by 2 root 3, right? So you have got d. B is equal to magnetic field induction at the center is equal to 3 into mu naught I by 4 pi d into sin 60 plus sin 60 due to two sides 60, right? So this is the condition we have. So if you substitute, B is equal to 3 into 10 to the power of minus 7 into 1 by 4 into, so we can directly write the value as, so mu naught is equal to here 10 to the power of minus 7 into 1 I by 4 into pi into d. D is equal to 1 by 2 root 3. So 1 by 2 root 3 plus sin 60 plus sin 60, right? So it will be root 3. So it will give you the value of 4 into 10 to the power of minus 5 Tesla. So magnetic field induction at the center of the triangle is equal to 4 into 10 to the power of minus 5. So first is the correct option. I hope it is clear. So let's get started with the another question. The next question is, a charge a charged particle charge q is equal to mass m is rotating in a circle of radius r with uniform speed v. Ratio of magnetic moment mu to the angular moment the angular moment L is first option q by 2m, second option q by m, third option q by 4m, fourth option 2q by m. Yeah, so let's see this a circle particle charge. So we just want to find the relation of mu and L, angular moment. So but he said charge particle rotating in a circular radius of uniform speed, ratio of magnetic moment to the linear moments we can equate. So it is mu by L is equal to q by 2m, right? So the condition is mu by L is equal to q by 2m. So we have a standard concept. So if you want to discuss in detail, gamma is equal to mu by L. This is the ratio of magnetic moment to the angular moment. So magnetic moment m mu is equal to m v r, and so basically linear moment L is equal to m v r and m is equal to n I a, or here we are not discussing about terms, so it is a, so I into, as it is circle, pi r square, right? And we can write current is equal to q by t, and time period is equal to 2 pi r by v. So you can substitute current is equal to qv by 2 pi r. So whereas you can substitute in m is equal to I into, I we have formula, that is qv by 2 pi r into pi r square. So pi get cancelled, 1 r get cancelled, it is qv r by 2. So m you have got it, but we want the ratio of linear m to L ratio. So m to or mu to L ratio is equal to, we have got m as qvr by 2. So 2vr by qvr by 2. So it is qvr by 2 by L with L, it is mvr. So we can write it as mvr, rr get cancelled, qv by 2 mv. So vv get cancelled, that is q by 2m. So gamma is equal to mu by L is equal to q by 2m. So that's how you can remember q by 2m. So I hope it is clear. Q by 2m is the correct option. So let's get to the another question. The next question is a charge q is spread uniformly over an isolated ring of radius r the ring is the ring is rotated the ring is rotated about its natural axis with an angular velocity omega. Magnetic dipole moment of the ring is first option q omega r square by 2, second one q omega r by 2, third option q omega r square, and the fourth option q omega by 2r. So let's go for the question. Charge q, ring of radius r, rotated with about an axis with angular velocity. He is asking you to find magnetic dipole moment of a ring, right? So just now we have discussed current is equal to charge per unit time, right? And current is equal to q by 2 pi by omega also you can write. So it is equal to q omega by 2 pi. Omega is equal to v by r. So like that also you can write it. That is what the previous condition we have used. And when you check the magnetic dipole moment is equal to NIA. So here we are taking about 1. So it is I times of A. So it is equal to I is q omega by 2 pi into pi r square. So pi get cancels. So it will be q omega r square by 2. So magnetic moment is equal to q omega r square by 2 is the first condition. So I hope it is clear. So let's get back to the next question. The next question is a current carrying thin uniform wire of length 4L is bent like a square so that it produces a magnetic induction magnetic induction B1 at the center of the square when the same wire is bent like a circle when the same wire is bent like a circle, it produces a magnetic induction. It produces a magnetic induction B2 at the center of the circle. The center of the circle, the ratio of B1 and B2 is the ratio of B1 and B2 is first option pi square into 8 is 8 root 2, second one 8 is to pi square, and the third one root 2 by root 2 is to pi square, and the fourth one is 8 root 2 is to pi square. So let's understand the question, a very big fat question. Current carrying uniform wire of length of the wire is 4 is bent into square. So basically it has turned into square. so that it produces magnetic induction B1 at the center. For the square of the center, it is producing B1. Same wire is bent like a circle. Now it has turned to circle, and at the center it is B2. The ratio of two magnetic fields we need to find. When it is square, the 4 times of side is equal to 4 times of length, right? Means all the sides need to be equal to unit length, right? So just now we have seen the condition B is equal to, or else B1 is equal to 4 sides into mu naught I by 4 pi r into sine 60 in the previous question, but now it is sine 45. Why? Because in a square each an angle is 90. For the diagonal this would be a 45 degrees, right? So here plus cos 45, right? So it will be equal to 4 into 10 to the power of minus 7 into I into radius is equal to, here in the place of radius you can write it as, or else you can simplify it as a by root 2. That is the only condition, and if you add this 2 by root 2 you will get it. So it is 4 into 10 to the power of minus 7 into root 2 into I by a into 2 by root 2. So B1 you will be getting it around, B1 is equal to 8 root 2 into 10 to the power of minus 7 into I by a is the unknowns, right? When circle is converted to, this square is again converted to circle, so it is 2 pi r is equal to 4 times of side, right? So what happens to 1s are 2 2s are, so it will be r is equal to 2a by pi. So you got a relation that r is equal to 2a by pi. So B2 is equal to, when it is circle, so it is mu naught I by 2 times of r. So 4 pi into I into pi into 10 to the power of minus 7 by 2 into 2 times of a. This will give us the value of pi square I into 10 to the power of minus 7 by a. This 2 2 get cancelled, 2 2s are 4, right? This get cancelled, and we need to find B1 is to B2. B1 is to B2 is equal to 8 root 2 into 10 to the power of minus 7 into I by a. Here we have I by a, and this is pi square I into 10 to the power of minus 7 by pi square into 10 to the power of minus 7 into I by a. So this I by a 10 to the power of minus 7, 10 to the power of minus 7 get cancelled. So it is 8 root 2 times of pi square. So this is the final option, 8 root 2 times of pi square. Fourth option is the correct option. Clear? So I hope it is clear. So let's get back to the next question. The next question is, an electron revolves along a circular path of radius 20 centimeter with constant angular velocity 120 radians per second about an axis passing through the center and perpendicular to the plane of the circle. Passing through the center and perpendicular to the plane of the circle. Full stop. If the external magnetic field is absent, if the external magnetic field is absent, then the potential difference between the center of the circle and a point on the circumference of the circle is mass of electron even though he haven't given, it is 9.1 into 10 to the power of minus 31 kg. So do remember this value, because sometimes he might not give. The options are 3.691 into 10 to the power of minus 9 volt. Second option 1.638 into 10 to the power of minus 9 volt. Third option 4.278 into 10 to the power of minus 9 volt. Fourth option, it is 2.347 into 10 to the power of minus 9 volt. So let's check this. Electron revolves along a circular path of 20 centimeter radius with a velocity of 120 omega. Radians per second is always omega, angular velocity, passing through the center and perpendicular to the plane of the circle. So it is passing perpendicular to the plane of the circle. External magnetic field is absent. No external magnetic field is present. So potential difference at the center of the point to the circumference. So I just want to find from the center to the circumference. So V1 to V2. So I hope it is clear. So let's get started. Just now we have seen electric field due to center is B R square omega. Just now we have derived this formula, and B is equal to mu naught I by 2R, right? But velocity is equal to 1 by 2 into mu naught I by 2R into R square into omega. Why? Because we have substituted this B in the terms of B, right? So R, 1R get cancelled. This will be 1 by 2 into 4 pi into 10 to the power of minus 7 by 2 into R omega, right? So the value of E is equal to 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19, right? So we can write this condition as V is equal to 1 by 2 into 4 pi into 10 to the power of minus 7 by 2 into 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 into omega by 2 pi into R times of omega. V is equal to R times of omega. So we have substituted in this case R omega, right? Or else if you can substitute R is 20 centimeters and omega is 120, right? So these are the two conditions he has given, R and omega. If you substitute here, it will be 1 by 4, this 2 get cancelled, so this will be pi into 20 into 120, 20 into 120 into 10 to the power of minus 7, right? And if you check here, we have missed I is equal to QVR by is QV by 2 pi R, no R. So we can rewrite it as pi into 20 into 120 into 10 to the power of minus 7 into QV. V is equal to omega R, so we can write it. So it is equal to QV by 2 pi R. So it is equal to pi get cancelled, 20 into 120 into 10 to the power of minus 7. and V is equal to omega times of R. This R get cancelled. So Q is what? 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 into the omega is equal to, so omega is the condition of 120, so we can directly write omega as 120. So when you simplify, the value will be 1.368 into 10 to the power of minus 9 volts. So let me get back to this. E is equal to 1 by 2 b r omega and b is equal to 2 mu naught I by 2 r. So we have written it as mu naught I r omega, v is equal to mu naught I r omega by 4, right? But in the place of mu naught I, we have written it as 2 pi, so that is q pi by 2 pi r into r omega by 4. This is what the final condition. We have substituted the values and we found it as 1.638 into 10 to the power of minus 9. 1.638 into 10 to the power of minus 9. I hope it is clear. So let's get back to the another question. The next question is, two identical wires A and B. So make sure you are converting a wire into circle, square, rectangle, triangle. What would be the magnetic field? These kind of questions are little important, so please do concentrate on them. And each of length L carry the same current I. Wire A is bent into a circle of radius r, and wire B is bent to form a square of side A. If B A and B B are the values of magnetic field at the center of the circle, and the square respectively, full stop. Then the ratio of BA by BB is first option. So I have written it very long back. So it is, first option is pi square by 8, second option is pi square by 16 root 2, third option is pi square by 16, and the fourth option is pi square by 8 root 2. Yeah, let's understand the question. Two identical wires A and B, length L, carry same current, bend into circle, and a wire of square A, BA and BB are magnetic fields and center. The ratio of BA and BB he is asking, right? So if you are directly solving, this is a conceptual question. So initially the wire is like this and it is converted to a circle, right? Or a circular coil it is converted. Length will be 2 pi r, right? And radius is equal to L by 2 pi, right? So from here to here it is radius. And magnetic field about A, so this is case A. Magnetic field is equal to mu naught I by 2 times of r, so it is mu naught I by 2 into r is what, 2 pi by l, so it will be l by, sorry, 2 pi by l, right? So it will be becoming mu naught t mu pi mu naught I by l. Let us take it as x1. Similarly, if let us do it in the next page. So we have a square like structure, diagonal, this is one side and this is one side. The angle will be 45 degrees. Here the angle will be 45 degrees. Length, and this will be center, and A will be side, right? So if you take length is equal to 4 times of A, side is equal to L by 4, right? But the magnetic field BB is equal to 4 times of B naught. Why? Sides are 4. So it can be written as 4 into B naught is mu naught I by 2 pi A into the angle is sin 45 plus sin 45. So I hope it is clear. So when you simplify it, it will be 4 mu naught I by 2 pi L into 4, because it is L by 4, side is equal to L by 4, this is 2 by root 2. Now if you cross check, B is equal to 8 root 2 mu naught I by pi L. Why? Because for this 2 get cancels and we have 8 root 2. So what happens is this 4 to the 8, 2 will be remaining over here. This 2 can be written as root 2 into root 2. 1 root 2, 1 root 2 get cancelled. I'll show you. 4 into 4 by root 2 is left over here. 4 by root 2 is left over. That we are writing it as 4 into 2 into 2 by root 2. 8 into 2 by root 2. 8 into root 2 into root 2 by root 2. So root 2 get cancelled, it will be left with 8 root 2. So I hope it is clear. So let's continue it. So this is 8 root 2 mu naught I by pi times of L. But he is asking the ratio of, this is BA by BB is equal to mu naught pi mu naught I by some condition we have got, pi mu naught I by L. Yes. So by L by 8 root 2 mu naught I by pi times of L. This L get cancelled, mu naught I get cancels. The next case is, so we are left with BA by BB is equal to pi by, so pi square, if you go into pi square by 8 root 2. So the condition is pi square by 8 root 2. So let's check that. Pi square by 8 root 2 is the correct option. So I hope it is clear. So we will do some more questions in the next class, and please do go through with all the conceptual part, and it will be easy for us to solve any sort of question in a simple method. I hope it is clear, and do concentrate on because this is a 2% weightage chapter, so you just need to concentrate little bit on this, because in this moving charges and magnetism, you will not get much questions on moving charges, but you will be getting magnetism problems, finding the magnetic field intensity at the center of the circle, on the square, on the triangle, on any of the rectangle. So a right angle triangle, a equilateral triangle. So these kind of problems you just need to practice. And one more, most of the problems we have seen is converting a line length wire into a circle, square, rectangle. Again the problem repeats. So I hope this class is little useful and you got it, I think so. Thank you guys. This is Sri Chandan Venkat signing off.